Anyway, what a day we had at the sale in Ohio. That was something else. You know, I went in and I didn't know if we'd be able to buy the horses we wanted. Obviously, I had decided last night that Corazon was going to probably be a no-go. I could have put together the money to buy that colt today, but when you're buying horses for $120,000, you should be looking outside the jurisdiction for stake races. And, you know, when you're talking about racing an Uncle Peter against Muscle Hills and all those horses in the Houghton and then in the Wellwood and other things, it's not undoable. It's not something you can't do, but it's something that's a little difficult. So for me, you know, I would rather buy a horse that I'm hoping does well in the jurisdiction, a good athletic, you know, horse with a decent page, and then hope to build from there. You know, plan for the worst, hope for the best. And Corazon at $120,000, which I was pretty sure he was going to bring, just not likely. So for me, I turned the page on Corazon last night. I'd sent an email out saying that our number 2 pick was obviously now our number 1 pick, and his name was Rose Run Valiant. What a stunning animal that was. So I had a lot of people email me, a lot of people call me, people come up to me at the sale that were on our list and say, geez, what do you think that Rose Run horse is going to bring? What do you think the Rose Run horse is going to bring? We had enough people put together to probably buy Rose Run Valiant for around 60, 65 comfortably. And I think I could have made an easy case for that. Here's a good-looking horse with real good pedigree. This is a full brother to Catch the Dream. Catch the Dream's not a big horse and has been an open horse in Toronto for 4 years, 3 years, I don't know. How long has he been there? 4 or 5 years anyway. So Catch the Dream's a very nice horse, and he's not big. This is a giant. This is a big boy, a full brother. This is a horse that I was happy to go, as I said, $60,000, $65,000 for. We got him for $45,000. So for me, my number 1 pick in the sale, heading to the sale, we got it at what I would consider a reduced rate in my head for what I was looking for. I looked at all the horses. This is the Ohio Select Sale. So this is the best of the best that Ohio has to offer, for the most part, selling here today. My number 1 pick was the Uncle Peter, Corazon, but the only reason I think in my head I liked him so much, one, he's a half-brother to Fourth Dimension, who raced against Cruising in Style, who's a great horse. He was on the Grand Circuit stage. It was a horse I really liked, and I liked watching race, and this was his half-brother, and he was by Uncle Peter. So, I mean, maybe the fact that this was a cash haul, the other one was an Uncle Peter, if you're going to ask me which one I prefer, I'm going to say Uncle Peter at this point, although cash haul, Bob McIntosh's filly was a cash haul, and she was a standout in Ohio this year. So cash haul, not without stake horses and some accolades of his own. Rose Run Valiant is a big, strong, good-looking colt. $45,000 simply was not a hard purchase on my part. We kicked off the day with number 29. Sometimes things happen. I went to look at a couple of horses in the Winterwood consignment yesterday, and this horse happened to be out on the floor. And I did have him circled. I wanted to look at him. Again, he was another cash haul and a good-looking colt. He's got long pasterns behind, so he's low behind. But man, oh man, what a good-looking colt. I watched this video over and over again. I watched them walk him up and down. We looked at him. He was straight. He was correct. For me, if you can see right here, I marked sleeper. I marked sleeper on this horse yesterday. I thought this horse, being early enough in the sale, was a horse that might slide past everybody. For $16,000, I think that's exactly what he did. This is a horse, not a standout, except when you look at the second dam, Cameron Hall is in there. 53-4, $1.8 million. All those good Hall horses are lurking in the second dam and related to this horse in that manner. So for me, pretty simple purchase. Again, push button at $16,000 for what we're looking to do in Ohio, what we want to do. This horse was a horse, again, that I thought would be a sleeper. He was a sleeper. And for $16,000, he came home with us. Skip over to number 51. I talked to you yesterday. I gave you a little story about how the stable started. And it was Rose Run Speedster in the first year, but it wasn't just Rose Run Speedster in the first year. There was another filly that people forgot about, and her name was Bourbon and Barley, and she was a bit of a blessing. The owner, Jason Melillo, I met him through this filly. He contacted me on Facebook one night and said, listen, would you be able to sell shares of this filly if I sent her to Ontario? He lives in Ohio. And I said, yeah, absolutely, sir. So he sent the filly up, we trained her down, and wow, what a nice filly. Her first qualifier, if my memory serves me, was like 2 minutes and a bit, 26-2, 26-3, maybe 4 on the end of it, and was unbelievably good. Then she goes out and draws the 8 hole in Northfield Park, her first lifetime start, which was a stake race, finished a herd closing second in 155. It's a 2-year-old filly out of the 8-hole at Northfield and was flying on the end of it. That filly herself, who was by Charlie Barley, ended up making 265,000, mark of 153 or 152 and 3, and still going. This is her only sibling, a half sister by We Will See. Now, we've had a lot of good luck with We Will See, batting 1,000 with Real Willie and See You in Tuscany this year, so it wasn't very hard to go and look at this filly. She is a twin of Bourbon and Barley, an absolute twin. So for me, $21,000, again, I figured she'd bring 25, 26. Every little dollar counts, you know, a penny saved is a penny earned, and for me, I think we saved a few pennies with Emerald Miss. Then the next one was number 69. Now, I didn't, as I said in my video before, I didn't tell everybody everything we were looking at. You know, there were some horses that I thought were interesting, some horses that I really liked, and some horses that we were going to keep a real close eye on. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about number 108, Yours If You Want It. Now, number 108, again, this was a horse from Hickory Lane. They had this horse out on the floor, and I saw them walking, and my God, he was a striking horse. Watched his video a couple of times, good video, stood straight, you know, just did everything right and was a good-looking horse. So I looked at the program page of this horse again. This horse was a third foal. Now, the first 2 foals were by DeGerbro. Automatic pitch. So in my mind, this was the first foal out of this mare. And again, if you're the owner of DeGerbro out there, I apologize. He was a great racehorse, but not for me as a sire. And DeGerbro was the sire of the first 2 from this mare. This is a mare by Migo Hall that made $86,000, took her own mark of 159, trotted in 57. Just an okay mare in Lexus Electra. But the second dam, Lexus Lulu, was a decent horse, made $100,000 by Angus Hall. In that dam, you see Lexus DJ, Lexus Hawkeye, Lexus Diamond. And then you look down, third dam, first foal out of the third dam, up front Hotsy, 52 and 4, $400,000 made. Finnegan's in there, Boogie Woogie's in there. That's Keith Oliver's old horse. Boogie Woogie's in there, Disco Inferno. These are horses that are all very good race horses and made decent money. And this would be, again, third foal. First 2 were no good, both by DeGerbro, automatic pitches. For me, this was one of the most interesting horses. When I looked at the whole package, I looked at a horse that looked good, decent breeding, Uncle Peter, strong family, third foal, first 2 by DeGerbro. I said to myself, geez, you know, this is a horse worth getting. Gentleman come up to me before that knew we were looking at this horse, and I had put him on him. I said, hey, go look at 108. This horse is a striking horse. He come back and he said, what do you think of 108? What do you think you'll bring? I said, I'd be willing to probably pay $30,000, $35,000 for this colt. He said, well, if you buy him, let me in on him. I said, okay, no problem. He said, I figured I'd go right to 40. I said, well, hopefully we can get him for less than that. Quite a bit less. Tried 25% off, or 75% off. We got that colt for $10,000 today. So he's pretty well sold out, I think, Yours If You Want It. And as I said, I laughed in my video. I said, I knew if we waited around long enough, we'd steal somebody's horse. This guy definitely looks like a bit of a, well, to say he's a value play would be an understatement, put it that way. Next, we go over to number 139. Now, I tried my hardest to get some trotting fillies today. I missed one that I should have bought in Barn. What was that filly's name? Barn Raid? I was the underbidder at $41,000. She was very, very well bred. Just as a broodmare, she was probably worth a lot of money. And I was the underbidder. I didn't pull the trigger on her. But I did pull the trigger on a Man of Many Missions filly, number 139, Globe Trotting. I didn't have a whole lot to say about this filly when I first went and looked at her, other than yes. I wanted this filly. I thought she was really, she was just a knockout. She looked like a stud. Big, strong neck on her. Did everything right. Again, her mother, Celebrity DeVille, raced on the Grand Circuit stage. Very good mare in her own right. $338,000. Made Lima Cadillac. Has done good things. Second dam, Mr. Joe Sixpack. Shane Arsenault's old horse there again. 154 flat, $270,000 made. Down in the third dam is Blossom Sealster, Bronze Sealster, who Callie Rankin, for those of you in Ontario, Callie Rankin campaigned that horse, and he was a nice horse. 54 wins worth is what he was. So fantastic family, and as an individual, just looked like such an athlete walking around, and she just did everything right. So for me, 139 was a horse I was extremely happy to get. What did we pay? We paid $21,000 for this horse, I think, didn't we, Curtis? $21,000, I believe, we gave for Globe Trotting, and I was very happy. Still, it's bugging me that I didn't pull the pin, didn't pull the trigger on burn rate enough, but one more bid would have got it, I think, and I just didn't go there. But very, very happy in Globe Trotting in number 139. Number 149. Number 149 is Compass Rose DC. This is another Uncle Peter. I told you I was going to load up with Uncle Peters if they gave them to us, and they certainly did today. Compass Rose DC is a sister to Lima Playmate. Very strong family all the way top to bottom, right down to the third dam here on the page. And another horse we bought from the Steiner Stock Farm and did some good business with, Compass Rose DC. I believe that one was $17,000. Can you look that up for me, Jace? Compass Rose DC, I believe, was $17,000. And again, a horse that I had pegged. I actually had this horse pegged at $18K on my page. I had her pegged at 18. I'm pretty sure we got her for $17,000. And a very, very nice looking filly. Again, just a great size, big hips on her, big hip, strong ass on her. Just put together really well. So for those of you out there saying, "Oh, I didn't know about the Uncle Peters," oh, we got her for $16,000. Sorry. For those of you saying, "Oh, I don't know about the Uncle Peters," I know about the Uncle Peters. Our best trotting colt this year in Ohio was an Uncle Peter. I know that Yes was good, and I think he made more money than Oso Pine, but Oso Pine fell on some bad luck at the end of the year. We put him on Lasix. He was short going into the final. He's got one more stake race to catch up to Yes, but both very, very nice horses. I shouldn't really play favorites. I like them both. Oso Pine was a very, very good horse for us, and hopefully Compass Rose DC will be a good filly for us also. Then we went all the way up to a pacer. We got a pacer. Another pacer, I should say. Number 165, McNugget. Now, McNugget is a McCardle filly. This is a second foal out of this mare. Her name was Profound Beauty. She was an Art Major mare. The first foal was a rock and roll dance named Lima Pro BT. Didn't really do a whole lot of Lima Pro. But the second dam, Ermbro Bombay, threw Major Bombay. Bombay's away. The third dam was Mataroni. Mataroni was a world champion and a very, very nice mare. 2-year-old pacing filly of the year way back in 1998. So 2 dams back. Young mare. Again, this is what we were looking for. A young mare, strong family. Not that many foals. There was only one other foal from this mare. So the McNugget being the second foal from Profound Beauty. Beautiful filly by McCardle. Certainly had no issues with McCardle this year, as Twinsburg certainly tore it up in Ohio for us also. Then we go to number 189 for our 8th purchase of the day. Number 189, Spend That Money. We did spend some money today. This is another Uncle Peter filly. We were happy to fill our shopping bag up with Uncle Peters today. And this was an Uncle Peter filly. First foal from the Muscles Yankee mare, Spend It In. The second dam through No Pain, No Gain, who made $461,000 by Muscles Yankee. And Muscellaneous, great name, $209,000, America 154. Just a great page also on this filly. She looked great, good size to her, strong looking filly, great video. Very, very happy with the business we did here at Winterwood today, especially with number 189. Spend That Money. What was the tag on 189? I think this was the one that was 11.5. Hey, Jace? You didn't look. Anyway, that was Spend That Money. She was 11,500. I really took it to the bid spotters on that one. Then the most talked about horse of the day so far, at least on social media and with people texting me, was another Uncle Peter. It was a colt out of well, I don't think it's a world champion, definitely a state champion. Andy's Alana was the name of the mare, and from what I've been told, she won 17 races, won a ton of stake races in Indiana, took a mark of 155 as a 3-year-old and made over $500,000. This was the Swan for All fillies' first foal, and his name was Bend Over. So Bend Over, just a gorgeous colt, and I think one of the horses towards the end of the sale just slipped through the cracks. $17,000, and he was worth every penny of that. I'm certain of that. Again, first foal, great sire, good video, good looking horse, an absolute yes for us in Ohio. So today was the Ohio Selected Jug Sale. We purchased 9 horses. We tore it up in Ohio. I think there was a couple we missed. I kind of bit my lip on a couple of them, but all in all, we had a great day. For the horses that I picked, all of them were under our hard lines. All of them all look good and fit our criteria very, very well. So once again, 2019 is going to be a strong year, hopefully in Ohio for us, as we took action today in purchasing 9 more Ohio breds. I think that brings our total to what? 15, did you say, Kirby? 16? 16 Ohio breds? 16 Ohio breds purchased already. 16 hopefully we'll be bringing to Ohio next year. So that's it. It's all over. You can go on the app. If you weren't on the app today buying shares, you can go on the app and buy shares. It's not in real time now, obviously. The sale's over. But you can still buy shares on the app. You can send me an email or text me, and we'll see if we can hook you up in that regard. I've been doing that all afternoon also, right here, the old-fashioned way. But we will get everybody in, hopefully, that we can. There are a couple of horses I believe are sold out. But if they're not sold out and you like them, go on the app, send me an email. We will get you hooked up. That is a wrap from Ohio and the Select Jug sale. We have Lawmakers racing tomorrow, White Tigers racing tomorrow. Then Amy and I are off to New Zealand, but we'll be flying back right into Lexington. We're going to put on another production just like this for you in Lexington. A lot of leg work. Curtis was up for it. I was up for it. We had a great time doing it. We do have the Buckeye sale next week. A couple of horses we're looking at in the Buckeye sale. One thing we're a little light on right now is pacing colts. So if you're a pacing guy out there, a pacing owner out there, and you're saying, hey, what about me? Send me an email. We got some horses that we're going to take a look at in the Buckeye sale. So that's it. It's all over. The Select sale of 2018 is over. We'll be back next week. The Buckeye, obviously, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be in New Zealand. Curtis won't be there, but we will be in Lexington 1st of October. Take care.